lovely being. Welcome back to this chaos of a show where we will have a wedding. Things will get pretty spicy. Mm-mm. Save and continue. The kings of Davern and Atana make an alliance. Ahem. I am overwhelmed by the beauty of my um new wife here. I'll enjoy the company, I'm sure. And damn it. Can someone help the young prince? It's just nervousness. Nervousness. That's all. Oh, no need. I need. I'm up. Um, like I said, company, my wife. Yes. Here's to that. Forgive me. Father said I should make some kind of speech. I wasn't sure what to say. I hope I didn't offend you. You look. That's an interesting choice of dress, by the way. Oh. Don't want to know what the other option was. What? There was another option? Luckily, it's not an option anymore, my darling. We'll discuss this later. Hmm. Yo guys! Men from the Radovia! You didn't manage to clear their posts. I hope this is nothing serious. A nearby village was raided. They've kidnapped the blacksmith children. Oh, this would... I'll have my general check this out as soon as I have time. Yes, Your Grace. I'll be on my way if you will excuse me. Talis. About the Radovian. This seals the deal, Eric. You get the army, I get full access to the archives. I wasn't sure if you would honor our bargain, Eric. Why would you think that? You're a family man, aren't you? I didn't think you would want to let your daughter leave the nest just yet. Believe me, the other option didn't seem any better. And the party went on. Everyone was busy eating fancy food, drinking, and everything else. I looked for him everywhere. I've stirred up every pot, even in the kitchen. Don't worry, we'll find him, said Annie. This salad looks surprisingly flavorsome. What is it? A Saladin's receipt. Did you see her dress? She could have worn a rag and you wouldn't have been able to tell the difference. These snails are extremely undercooked. What snails? That's not part of the menu. Their party went better than anyone expected. Listen, I think I wasted. I spent enough time with the guests. I really need to get back to the archive, so if you don't mind, I will take my leave. Eric. Talis! Ah, Your Grace! Leaving so early? Toast, toast! Drink at least one more with us. See? Perfect timing, Your Grace. Ugh. Will I get some peace after that? To the young couple. Until the ill-fated toast, that is. Cough, cough. Eric, do something! Uh, Send for the doctor! Well, don't just stand there, idiots! You are the king! Go, go, go! Dice was on the ground before everyone had a chance to react. He is not easy? Father. Your Grace! Father? I... I... How could you? Eric, how could you ever allow this to happen? Eric, you have accommodated us in your castle, which we are grateful for. But this is beyond our belief. You have failed as a host and are responsible for the event of tonight. The king of Atana, Talis, is dead. Evo, you are Talis' only son. You have no choice but to take the burden of the crown upon yourself. Go ahead, Evo. Eric, I can't believe this. You leave me no choice. As the new king of Atana, my first order is to withhold the army that my father promised you. Eric, the king of Davern, you are responsible for Talis' death unless otherwise can be proven upon the royal trial. Until then, Davern will not receive support from Atana. Lord Surya, pack your things. We're taking my father home. Wait, no, you can't do that. Your Grace, the wedding is over. The vows were said. The marriage still stands. Have courage, my darling. Okay, so yeah, now they actually explain how the agents work. So, as for Stan, the general, whenever I want to use him, or if I think this will be useful to use him, I can actually like pay him for him to be there. To hire an agent, click on the button with their name. You will see the cost added to the summary. So yeah, this will be that. Sure thing, we could actually not use Stan for now. Though, oh my god, there's actually the blacksmith's son, and this is at 8. Oh no, I don't like that. I really don't like that. Okay, we need that up. Save and continue. Okay. And that's all I can recall, Your Grace. Considering how much I drank that night, it's quite remarkable I remember anything. This was useful, thank you. Thank you for your time, Lord Ethan. Your version of events will definitely prove useful to the investigation. And we are, again, deeply sorry about your daughter, Lord Ethan. Thank you, my Grace. My wife is still mourning. I think we have examined all the guests, Your Grace, and we haven't heard anything out of the ordinary. That is a soldier were the main bulk of our army. Solving the murder case will surely convince evil to aid us in battle. Whoever did poison Talis must have planned it out to the smallest detail. If you find any leads, do let me know, Your Grace. Talis wasn't anyone's favorite person, but you'd need to have a very good reason to murder the king of Atana. We mustn't lose focus on our main goal, however. Radovia won't wait for us to resolve this. In this situation, we shan't rely on Talis's Ivo's army. We need to seek help from other lords, in case we can't convince Evo in time. As for the army, we'll need to reach out to the neighboring lords, make allies, sign treaties. It sounds like you're in quite a pickle, Your Grace. I wouldn't call that a pickle. You see, I would call that more of a problem, and even more than a problem. You're still here? Speaking of allies, treaties, and etc. I have a hefty army waiting for orders. I can throw some extra gold and supplies to aid you. 230 men and 6 gold. What's the catch? You don't want something in return, I presume? Lurs. From Pendo, Your Grace. He stopped delivering spices to my associates in Branca. Turmeric, caraway, anise. Foods as bland as hell without all these. Persuade the Lurs to renew the deliveries, and my men will aid you in the battle, Your Grace. I'll see to that. Very well, Your Grace. Now that's a start. We should invite Lurs over, see what we can do. I also marked area of interest on the map. It might be worth checking them. Maybe you can find a piece of gold or two. We don't know when Radovia will show up, but we need to start preparing for the battle as soon as possible. I have made a note of things we can do on our weekly summary, Your Grace. We should be able to deny payment for our agents. We can't expect them to work if you don't pay them, but at least we can save a coin. Maintaining our army will also cost us supplies. It only gets more difficult from now on, Your Grace. Oh, and here are the petitioner. Perhaps the servant will shine some light on the case. Okay, so yeah, I can help people on the map and see if I can find things. Okay, still have something to do? No, you have nothing to say. Pities! We have arrived. Atana is nothing like Davern. The vast street of Argos expand endlessly. It seems Azalia would love to get lost in here. The journey was tiring, but the view have compensated for everything. Suddenly would have made your ears fall off with her questions if she saw the landscape here. The cliffs and rocks span across the whole of Atana. It all makes you feel very small. On top of all these rocks, there lies Argos, like a nest, looking over everything. Now I understand why they use the griffin as their banner. I'm really sorry for the last week we spent together. Hug mother for me. yours, Norsulia. Ah, yes. Matana can be very pretty, but also very dangerous. You don't want to be caught on out in the rural windstorms. We should rely to Lursulia. Tell her it's good to hear from her. Of course. What should I ask her about? Hmm, I'm not sure. Maybe the girls have some questions. Of course. Let me know when you're ready to write the letter. General, the Northpost was crawling with Radovians. Come, your grace. We have managed to dispatch most of them. Hey, we gained one more. Yes! Lady Ada, your grace, you called for me? I found your thief. I've put the man in the dungeon, where he belongs. Yes, your grace. If I may, can I take it with me? Of course. Do whatever you may desire with him. Mm, this sounds very, very naughty, but let's not get our minds in the gutter, okay? It's not because I have a dirty mind that they do. Don't worry, your grace. I'll show him where his place is. And of course, you can count on my help during your upcoming battle. I don't have much to offer, but it's better than nothing. I'm glad we became allies, Lady Ada. It's good to have you on our side. It is my pleasure. Yay, plus 60 man. That is all. Thank you for now. Let me know if you need anything. The banker? I hear that your treasury isn't in the best shape, your grace. I wanted to offer my service. That's it for now. The bank de Florentini is always happy to help. Yes, happy to ram me, surely, but hey. Servant, your grace, called for me? Your grace? Tell me what happened during the wedding night. I, I, I don't know. Your grace, I was, I, I was only bringing food and drinks, like I was told. I'm, I'm so sorry, your grace. I swear, I, I swear I did nothing by the gods. Please, please don't punish me. I swear I didn't know these drinks were poisoned. I, I only picked them up from the kitchen and brought them to the ceremony. I, I swear I didn't know, your grace. Okay, calm down. It's alright. I wasn't saying you did anything. We're just trying to get to the bottom of this. I promise on my family, your grace. I know nothing. But, but the dungeon guard might know something. He has mentioned he saw someone in the wine cellar that night. I don't know anything else, though. I swear. I believe that narrows our search, then. You may go, but don't leave Davern until the royal trial. Thank you, your grace. Well, that's one very stressed person. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would definitely be if things like that happened. My dear peasant, your grace, my son, a disgrace to the family. I sent him to gather some brushwood in the forest. Turns out, he's too dumb to find a way back home. Don't you think you could help us find him? I mean, there's no rush. Yep, gold. I believe that should be enough to cover your loss. I get paid for losing my son? That's wonderful! Thank you, your grace! Grazina, go send all the other little brats in the forest! We are getting rich! Don't take me for a fool, you dumb person. Okay, send the general. We need to get that up. And sooner than later. And we need allies too. Let's invite Lurs. And then let's go see the other persons. Azalea. Yes, father. I hate that you had to see that. Yeah. The wedding didn't really go as planned, did it? No. What happened was terrible. The wedding went fairly well until then. Although Lorcilia's dress was rather embarrassing. I can't believe you chose that one for her. I never let you choose my dress. Well, we'll see about that. Lorcilia sent a letter. She arrived safely in Athana. She said you would love it there. I'm sure I would, if I ever got to leave this castle. You would be able to leave the castle if you behaved better. Yeah, right. When you write to Lily, can you ask her about Eva? What's he like? I just can't imagine having to leave her and live with some strange man. If there is any free space in the letter, I'll ask her. Thank you. Stay safe. Don't do anything silly, Azalea. Do I ever? Council chamber now. Let's go see Potato Head. Your Grace! How are you doing? Is everything alright, Sudani? Last week's event were quite distressing for all of us. I don't understand why this would happen. How could someone eat Smudge? Dusty's gone and now Smudge is... well... Smudge is 6 feet on the ground. But then again, I could dig that deep. I couldn't dig that deep, so I just covered him with a rock. It's so boring here without Lily. You promised you'd convinced her to stay. Is she even going to visit us? I'm sorry. I couldn't keep her here. She had to go, said I. One day you'll also find a prince you'll want to go with. Ew! I hate boys. I'll never do that. Well, Lorsulia wrote a letter. I'm about to reply something to her. Do you want to say anything from you? Oh, yes! Tell her I'm making her bed chamber. I'm taking her bed chamber. Mother, let me. Or, no. Tell her Azalea read her diary. No, that's not right. I have very limited space, potato head. So I can only say one thing? Yes. Oh, it's too big of a decision. I'll come to you later when I think of something good enough. fine. Don't worry about it too much. She will write more letters. But the first one is the most important. Well, come and see me whenever you're ready. Goodbye. I will see you later, Potato Head. Audrey said I can review the evidence here. Let's take a look. Yeah, we got nothing. Hmm. Wait, now that I discovered the wool, I think I can actually do something. Yeah! These could be useful. Well, that's fun to know that we can actually interact with things. Darling. I still can't believe that this was poisoned. It could have been me. Do you think Corsulia will be alright? You seemed very upset. I'm sure she will be fine. As soon as we find out who's responsible for this, we can renew our treaty with evil. Who could have done something so terrible? Must have been one of the guests. We are gathering evidence. When we have enough proof, we will call the royal trial. Alright, darling. Let's hope it gets resolved quickly. I think I'll get some rest. I'll let you rest. But before I need to tell you that Lord Sulia sent a letter. Our daughter has arrived safely. She seems to like Atana. I'm quite jealous of her. Atana is a beautiful place. Their castle is much better than ours too. I hope she will learn her way around soon. I'm sure she will, darling. When you write to her, tell her I'm sending my best wishes to both of them. Ask her how she is dealing with all of these new things. And what has she been doing without her sisters? Of course, I don't want to write her a full-length book. I'll see what I can do. Thank you, my darling. I'll see you later, darling. Fine, I'll stay here. Well, let's go to the dungeon now. Right. How can I help, Your Grace? I've heard you know something about Dallas's death. Tell me about what happened during the wedding night. The servant said you saw someone. Saw someone? No, but I have found this. It's some kind of tooth, I think. And how did you obtain this item? I was guarding the prisoners, Your Grace. Well, I might have had a drink or two with the other guards. So it's time to celebrate, after all. I never left the dungeon, of course. Until the end of my watch, that is. What happened at the end of your watch? I was doing the usual check of all the colors. Yes, a little unsteady, but that's where I found the tooth. Where exactly did you find this? In the wine cellar, Your Grace. I didn't see anyone going in there, though. Well, they probably crept in while you were busy drinking. I'm sorry, Your Grace. I really didn't mean for anything bad to happen. So as long as you like, Your Grace. Well, I won't stay long, you know? Let's go back to the bedchamber since it seems I have something else to say to Aurelia. Darling, I now have a lead on the death. I have found some clues that might lead us to the person who's behind Alice's death. What have you found? An animal tooth. It's very exotic. We don't have dragons anywhere near the tavern. A guard found it in the wine cellar. Could have been from a merchant or someone who's dealt with big beasts before. Maybe take it to a hunter, see if he can tell where exactly this tooth came from. We don't have a hunter in the castle. I'll ask Audrey to put the word out that we're looking for one. Well, that's all I found. I'll see you later. This is definitely not a right thing to happen. I am the poorest of king, though I have a good ration and some people to guard. I did send, yeah, I did send. And we're at 9 of joy, so people are not happy with my reign. Your army need food and supply to stay maintained and ready for battle. The bigger the army you have, the more supply it will cost to maintain it. To pay the army upkeep, simply click on the pay button. You will see the cost added to the summary below. If you don't pay the army keep costs, you will lose some soldier. Okay, so we are still at 30. So we're gaining a lot. Yeah. Either we'll lose 4 or we'll lose 4. Okay. Well, yeah, training ground is really something we need. Oh boy. And we need 1,000 men. Oh, right. Um, it, uh, we're at 33, so I'll actually stop the vid here. Very sorry, I didn't even realize that we were so far. Well, we will exit to the menu. And that is going to be all for today. So I'll wish you all a very wonderful rest of day. And as always, until next time.